sectional playoffs in the USTA Tennis League in Daytona Beach.
Woo-hoo.
He is happy to report he won his match. Today, he will speak about how tennis has helped him in his professional life with his speech titled, Not Just Tennis. Thank you.
I love tennis. Tennis is my favorite sport and hobby. When I'm about to hit the ball, I'm in my own world. All I'm thinking about is how I'm going to position myself, align myself to strike that ball to that place right there where I'm going to just hit the winning shot past my opponent. Tennis is something that I love to do, as you can see, and it has also helped me in many ways in my professional life. Today, Man of Toastmaster, distinguished guests and members, today I'd like to point out 3 ways that how tennis has helped me in my professional life. The first way that tennis has helped me in my professional life is by getting to know my opponent. In tennis, before you play a match, you got a 5 to 10 minute warm-up. During that warm-up, what I try to do is I try to hit a few shots to the opponent's backhand, a few shots to the opponent's forehand. I try different shots, a top spin shot, a flat shot, a slice, and then I see how the opponent shoots the ball back. And based on how fast and how they handle those shots, I mentally take a note in my mind, and I see there's an opening there. That's his weak spot. So I picture that, and I get to know my opponent that way. Just like I get to know my opponent in one of my business, I have a retail video game store. So when a customer comes in, I get to know my customer. The way that I get to know my customer is by asking them an open question. First, I welcome them. Welcome to Play and Trade Video Games. What brings you in today? Or I might say, how can I help you today? Instead of saying, hi. and can I help you? No, that's a closed-ended question. I never do that. Because once I ask them an open-ended question, I get open-ended questions. I get to know what they want. So some people say, yeah, I'm looking for a Nintendo Wii game for my daughter. She likes SpongeBob, or she likes Mario. What do you have? So I get an opportunity to upsell them. And I ask, hey, you want an extra controller? Do you have more than one kid? Do you have visitors that come to your house and they want to play together? So that's how I use getting to know my opponent or getting to know my customer to my advantage. The second way that tennis has helped me with my professional life is by practicing with purpose. When I am practicing, I always looking for constant feedback. One of the ways that I practice is I always make a target when I'm shooting a tennis ball. So if I'm practicing with a person or with the ball machine, I'm always looking for a target. The same thing happens with my professional life. My other career, besides the retail business, is in network marketing. And in network marketing, you have to practice so you can talk to people, and you gotta be a good listener. I can tell you the first time that I talked to a potential prospect, I was nervous as heck. The words would not come out of my mouth, and it sounded very awkward. So what I decided to do was to record myself on what I would normally say to somebody, of how I wanted that to go. So I listened several times, and eventually I found the flaws on things that I could improve in my delivery, and obviously that made me better and more comfortable. The more I did, the more comfortable I became. The third way that my tennis game helped me in my professional life is by commitment. When you're playing tennis, you gotta stay committed. I think I shared last time on my speech about how my wife almost beat me one time. And what that caused me to do was create a game plan. Stay committed to that game plan. So first I started by practicing 3 times a week. And as I continued to see some improvement, that 3 times became 5 times a week.
Wow.
And eventually came to a point that sometimes I was playing twice a day.
Oh.
It got really out of control, but I just love doing that because it gave me a complete escape from reality. It's just something that I love to do. So the way that commitment translates into my professional career in network marketing is the same thing. You gotta have a game plan on how you're gonna do the numbers, and you gotta stay committed. So one of the ways that I created commitment was by committing to 2 new activities that I'll do to improve my business. So I wrote down those 2 commitments that I'll do, and I signed it on paper, and I gave it to my upline leader. That way I was held accountable, and I provide some level of commitment to my leaders and to my spouse and to my downline. So that commitment played a big role. So in conclusion, the 3 things that really helped me, my professional, my tennis match play, that translating to my business, is getting to know my opponent. Getting to know my opponent, the commitment, and practicing with the purpose. Sorry.
All right.
So next time you are doing your hobby, I encourage you to find your favorite hobby, or you already know your favorite hobby, and see how that hobby can help you in your professional life. Thank you, man.